Welcome everyone to this video on social webinar and how to use it. This is Adam Corin. I'm here joined by my colleague Joy, and let's get going. So what the social webinar is it's a new participant interface that they can see, and you can control all the different views that we have. What you're seeing here is breakout view. Let me add Joy in the conductor's interface. I'm going to add her and I to a breakout. Hopefully you're familiar with this conductor's interface. You can check out our other videos for more on that. So going back to the social webinar tab, you can see that once I've added us both to a breakout group, you can see both of our pictures here when we're actually in a breakout together. Okay. Now, let me back up. How does all this work? What are the other options with social webinar? That's what this video is going to cover. So the first thing you want to do is when you set up your conference, so you can see we're in the social webinar recording conference. Joy and I are dialed into that here. So the first thing you want to do is where it says participant web experience, of course you want to click on social webinar. And now what that does is when someone gets a reminder email like this one, they're going to have a link in that reminder email to log into the social webinar. Okay, this is for your participants. So you can click on that link. You can see a pin is connected with that. So this is the login screen. I'll just log in myself here. And okay, the second page here, this is for your participants. Okay, this is where they can upload their own photo, or they can log in with Facebook or LinkedIn and draw their profile photo from there. All right, and then once they're in, it's going to look like this. This is the first view. The default view is breakout view. So they'll see whomever is in their breakout at that time. As you can see, Joy and I are in a breakout here together. Okay, let's go to the next view. How you can change the views is you go back into your conference, right? And it's at the very, very bottom of the screen. There's a tab that says Social Webinar. You click on that, and here are the 5 views. Okay, you see Social Webinar View. And by the way, there's great documentation right up here. So if you want explanations of all of this with great screenshots, check that out. Okay, so we're here in breakout view. Let's go to screen share view next. Okay, now screen share just allows participants to see what's on your screen. Some of you may already be familiar with that. You can just click on Start Screen Share to launch that and download the screen share onto your screen. I've actually already done that in preparation. So if I go to what participants see, they'll just be watching what's on my screen. Now, if you pull it up yourself as the presenter, you're going to see a funny screen within a screen window like this. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong. It's just if you're looking, it's kind of like you pointing a camera at a camera. Okay, that's kind of what that's like. But if you've got it pointed to any other screen, they're just going to be watching that. Okay, let me keep moving. Oh, and one other thing, in the screen share view, you can also pull up your webcam. You can just click on Start Webcam, and that'll open up your webcam, and your participants will be able to see you there as well. If you want more information about screen share, just go to the Screen Share tab, and where it says click here to learn more, that's where our screen share documentation is. We've got other videos and screenshots and explanations on how that feature all works. Okay. But that's now embedded within social webinar. Now, the next view will go to poll stats. So when you're doing a poll, you can show your participants the results. So Joy, if you and I could both press 5 as an example, we'll see what that looks like. So now within social webinar, there's a raise hand button. So I can actually just click on 5 there, and thank you, Joy. So she and I have both clicked on 5, and as you can see, 100% of the people on this conference have clicked on 5. And now, Joy, if you and I could both lower our own hands, which you can now do with social webinar, you just click on that button, and you can lower your own hand. Of course, as the host, you can go to the interface and lower everyone's hands at once, but it's nice that participants now can lower their own hand if they'd like. Okay, great. So that's the poll stats view. Okay, so far we've covered breakout, screen share, and poll stats. Next, let's go down to the last one here, message from hosts. So I click on that, and you see the message that I typed in there. Great. Okay, where did I do that? So it's back in the conductor interface under post message. Okay, you can see the message I typed in there for you, and I clicked on post. So when I went over to the message from host view, that's what you saw. That's especially useful for like at the beginning of a conference. You may want to start with that. You might want to have a welcome message or any instructions. So when someone comes into your social webinar, they can see whatever message you want to send them in writing. The next thing I will go over is the shared browser, and that's also on the same box. Again, it's at the bottom of the conductor's interface, the blue post message button. It's in the URL section. So you can copy paste any URL there. We've got our own website, MaestroConference.com. You do need the HTTP there, by the way. I'll hit open. And now if I go to the view and change it over to the shared browser view. Okay. Now, suddenly your participants will be seeing whatever website you send there. And you see the top. We're still within social webinar. They can still raise their hands and all that. But they are now watching, they're now looking at whatever website you want to send them to. So this could be your website, it could be an order form on your website, it could be a Google Doc, it could be all kinds of things. And what's great about this view is that it's not a screen share. They're not just watching your screen. They can actually click on any of the buttons on your website and they can fill out forms just like they went to the website themselves. Okay, they're not just watching. They can click around and go exploring. Okay? There's also a link at the top of the page to pop it open in a new tab. Okay? So now once I do that, you see I'm outside of social webinar. I'm just at MaestroConference.com. Okay? So back here, I'm still within it. Now, anytime you want to rein them back in, you can just go back to your social webinar view and change it to a different view, like, for example, breakout view, where we started. Okay, so we're going to be adding a lot more features to this. One thing we're really excited about here is what's coming up is like in this breakout view, oftentimes people have these great conversations with each other and naturally want to exchange contact information or find each other on Facebook or LinkedIn. That's exactly what we'll be adding here, so people can easily exchange information and contact requests. So that's one of the features, and many more features we're building. We're adding a text pad view just for within each group. They'll have their own text pad and other cool features. So that's it for this video. Hope this was helpful for you. If you want to see a live training with this, as you saw in this reminder email, this is the Customer Success Clinic. My name is Adam. I lead this every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you just go to MaestroConference.com/support, you will see the customer clinics, and you can come join me for a live training and get your questions answered and see how this works live. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.